Hey, y'all know me, dropping in to spread a little tea. And you know how we do it, so let's get right into it. Do y'all remember this story that went viral about a year ago? My baby daddy picked me up from the hospital with his girlfriend and drove an hour back home. On this day, we ended our family.
My heart literally hurts. Because it's not fair. And it's so hard trying to process something when it's not fair.
So, for those of you who need a recap on who these people are and why I'm talking about this story, let's take it back. This young lady here went viral about a year ago when she had her third child with her baby father, and he picked her and the newborn baby up from the hospital with his girlfriend. That video went viral. That sparked a lot of questions, and before we knew it, Nana and the girlfriend slash wife, they call her Mama Cece, became really close and really good friends. They even started calling each other best friends. But I'm gonna let Nana take you back and explain the story. Check this out.
Story time on how I ended up with 3 kids by a man who lived with his girlfriend. I met my baby daddy 11 years ago. 11 years ago, he did not live with his girlfriend. I went to prison back in 2018. At that time, we were together. While I was in prison, on a certain site, if you know what Backpage is, he met his girlfriend. So as soon as I came home from prison, I ended up getting pregnant with my first son, who's now 5 years old. When I was about 4 months pregnant, I found out about who we now call sister wife. Happens to be that she was pregnant too, and she decided to get an abortion. When my son was born, me and my baby daddy were together like normal. Sierra was not a part of the picture. There was no infidelity issues, but our relationship wasn't perfect. We had other issues. So we broke up. Every time we broke up, he would go right to Sierra's house and she would be waiting on him hand and foot. We ended up getting back together because I was pregnant with our second child, which is now 4 years old. Her name is Josiah. Once again, we're living together. We're in a relationship. Sierra is not in the picture. And we have 2 kids. Now we start arguing and you know what happens. I tell him he got to go. Where does he go? Right to Sierra's house. So at some point, me and my baby daddy are still communicating. We have 2 small children together. And I kind of feel like he's not all in, not all invested. So I get to do my little FBI, little research, and I find out that he called himself moving into Sister Wife's house. So he would be at Sister Wife's house Monday through Friday telling me he was at a friend's house for work, and he would come over on the weekends and be with his kids. As soon as I found out that he was living at Sister Wife's house, I got in my car and I drove over there, knocked on her door. She packed up his things. I put them in the car and I took my baby daddy back home. And once again, we was together. Just to keep a long story short, that happened like maybe 3 or 4 times. I literally drove to Sister's Wife's house, picked up my baby daddy, and he left her. And we continued on our relationship. He only goes over there after we break up. So no, he's not cheating on me. But she's always lingering in the sidelines, like waiting for us to break up. So then it comes to my attention that my baby daddy is battling some bigger demons. That'll be his story to tell. So our final argument, which is a story time on its own, was really bad. And we ended up going our separate ways once again. So now fast forward and we're not together. And a year goes by. And I don't know, we decide that we're going to start communicating again. When we start communicating, he informs me that he's, living with Sierra and that they're in a relationship and he wants to explore that and see how it goes. And I'm like, all right, cool. You can do that. I don't think that our relationship, is like we still had things we needed to work on. So I don't think we should go back to that either. But we should definitely work on our communication. And so that's what we do. And then you guys see the whole theory was born. Let me ask my baby daddy's girlfriend, does she want to be in a poly relationship? So of course she says no, she doesn't want to be in a poly relationship. She thinks she's enough woman for my baby daddy on her own. And I'm like, oh, okay then. So I'm not going to let that stop me from, talking to my own baby daddy. So I continue on with my relationship with my baby daddy. He's continuing to live with Sister Wife because that's what's working out for us. And we exchange the kids on Mondays. So on Mondays, he usually would come inside and play with his kids while Sister Wife would sit outside in the car about 45 minutes. And after a couple of Mondays, your girl ended up pregnant. I let him know that I was pregnant and he decided, okay, I'm going to pack my things and I'm going to move back in. When he did this, some of the old problems we were having were still there. And of course, we ended up in an argument, which ended up in a domestic dispute, which ended up with him going to jail. Again, that's a whole nother story time on its own. Sister Wife bonded him out of jail, and then we weren't talking for a while. We actually ended up linking up on his birthday, and we both ended up in jail again. That's another story time on its own. Anywho, fast forward to now I'm having the baby. He still lived with Sister Wife my entire pregnancy. I actually moved down south, which was 4 hours away from him. And that's where I ended up having the baby. He did make it to the birth of his son. He cut his umbilical cord. He stayed the first night till like 5 o'clock in the morning. During the time that he was in there, birth, labor, and him spending time with his son, sister wife was downstairs sitting in the damn car. Anyway, so like I said, he leaves at 5 o'clock in the morning. Don't see him the next day. Then, damn, I can't open this shit. He comes back the day that we're discharged to sign his son's birth certificate. He's running mad late because he says he keeps arguing with Sierra. He pulls up and I'm like, yo, you know you got to take me home from here. And he's like, what you mean I got to take you home? I didn't know how to take you home. I was like, well, I figured you was going to want to see your baby meet the other 2 kids for the first time, so I thought it wouldn't be an issue for you to take me home. And at this point, he's like, oh, well, Sierra's in the car. And I'm like, what the way? Like, why is she even here? And so that is what led up to the video that you...
The 3 of them seem to be doing very well. They found a way to co-parent with the 3 of them, him getting the kids on Mondays, Sierra, which is Mama Cece. Sierra and Nana became very close, as I stated. Nana at Sierra's house, Sierra's at her house. They were just one big happy family. They literally done a lot together. Suddenly, things took a tragic turn.
Rose, unable to describe her feelings. Brianna Bermudez comforts Rose. Bermudez is the mother of 3 children with Williams, one just 11 months old. Rose also had 2 kids with him. They say Williams was an amazing father to all of them. He was very active. Her 2 kids are older and he's been with them for 10 years. Stepped in, but then his kids, 5 kids, so... He loved this kid and that's all I even cared about. That's what he did, day in and day out, my kid. Police say Williams was shot while driving his ATV in the neighborhood. When officers arrived, they found him unresponsive and witnesses performing CPR. Police say this man, Ralph Hensel, was the one who shot Williams. He's been charged with murder and was denied bond. Rose and Bermudez say Williams was never the kind to seek out trouble. He was funny, he was humble. So non-confrontational, he did not like to argue. Police say Hensel was lying in wait for Williams. They believe the neighborhood ATV riders angered Hensel, where he told police that if officers didn't stop them, he'd take matters into his own hands. Rose and Bermudez say they want justice, but they know it won't bring Williams back. There's nothing that the justice person can do to him that isn't it. Making hurting this, make this any easier for my team flight. It's not gonna change anything. Police say
They say that man laid in the bushes and waited on him to ride through with that ATV. So the ladies were sticking together as they did when Jock was alive. They started planning his candlelight visual together, making arrangements for the funeral, doing press conferences together. They had each other back. You know, the kids were still around. Sierra still going over to Nana's home. And then things just went to hell. Now they're online arguing. They're arguing about the obituary. They said that Sierra put in there that she was a companion and put her 2 children, which are not Jock 2 children. He just raised them while they were together, and said that Nana's name nor her kids was in the obituary. I don't know how true that was. I didn't see it, but Nana did speak on it. What do you guys think about not feeling like her name should be in the obituary? They also found out that Sierra and Jock were not legally married. So now Nana is saying that if her name is not put back in there with her kid's name, they will not be at the funeral. So they called the funeral director, got Sierra's name taken off the obituary with her children. I believe they added Nana's name. The funeral director basically said it's too much going on and decided they no longer wanted to hold the body. So Nana and them had to find somewhere else to transport the body. And they're not letting anybody in on the funeral arrangements, where it's going to be, nor the time, because a lot of Sierra's supporters called the funeral home upset that they had took Sierra off of the obituary. So as I stated, this has turned into a complete mess. Check this out.
So we finally decided, since I can't afford my rent anymore, that we're going to all live together and be in a poly relationship. We're all on the same page now. We're going to be doing our best to raise all the kids in one household. The man of the hour, this is the man that got us to come together. At the end of the day, we just want to do what's best for the kids. You want to say anything, Mama Cece?
My kids are out of different. I'm learning how to do it back.
So we're taking the kids. Good night, you guys. Bye, boy. We'll see you tomorrow.
I'm just letting you.
See you for next Monday.
Hey, friends. Spend the day with me and my baby daddy's wife the day after he was homicide, and we are planning for his candlelight tomorrow.
On this Friday, never did I imagine I would be walking into Staples ordering a life-size picture of my baby daddy for his candlelight memorial with his wife.
I just wanted to say, to refocus you guys from the topic at hand, despite all the drama that is on the internet, me and Sierra have the absolute same goal, and that is justice for Jakeem.
Look how cute you look today. Sell it. Too motherfucking cute. Sorry, but he's mine. Can't.
So let me give you a quick backstory on Sierra, Mama Cece. She was in a bad car accident and she got a settlement. I believe they said of $1 million, and she went out and bought a Benz and a Maserati and put their picture on the hood of it.
To your name. Payment, she gonna be evicted. Her and all her shit gonna be evicted. And on top of that, you literally lost your life. You lost your life to drive that Maserati in that Benz, and that's all you have to your name. You're broke now. And the only thing you own is a Benz that needs work on every other week and a Maserati that's dragging across the bottom. And I don't think that bitch is supposed to be that loud. I could never, ever, like, there's nothing you could do that could ever make me want to be you.
You guys are seeing the obituary at, and what it says Sierra's the companion, I heard. And what it say for her two fatherless children? I can't call that girl children fatherless, and my baby daddy just died. But I mean, her baby daddy's still here and still don't want the kids. But anywho, I don't know where the fuck the obituary is at, but I will tell y'all this. If Sierra is listed as a companion on the obituary, and her kids, the same kids that my baby daddy and his mama and everybody else knows, Jock did not claim, me and my kids will not be at the funeral.
Y'all, was something about that clip that rubbed me the wrong way, but let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Now that Nana is mad and have fallen out with Sierra, y'all recall in the video before, she was calling Sierra his wife. Now you have a problem with her being called his companion on the obituary.
Daddy died though.
Why did daddy die?
Yeah, because he's strong.
Because he's strong.
Yeah.
He died because God needed him. God needed him more than you needed him. He needed him to come home.
For what?
To be an angel, baby.
Because he's a good looker?
Because he's a good looker. Because he's a good dad. Because he's strong. Because he's smart. Because he's funny. It doesn't get easier, does it?
I miss Daddy.
You miss daddy?
Yeah.
Do you want to give me a hug?
Yes.
Come here.
These moms are silent.
Others like this. Well, the good thing is that, you know, your daddy loved you. You got to see your daddy all the time.
When he said, "I miss daddy," man, that broke my heart. No child should ever have to feel this type of pain.
I really thought telling my kids that their dad passed away was going to be the hardest thing that I ever did, but I told my son to go lay down, and y'all, he completely just lost it. He started crying. He had like a whole anxiety attack. So I came in here and I laid down with him, and I was like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "I just want to play my game. I just want to play my game." That's what him and his dad used to do, play that damn game. He would be here, his dad would be home, and they would get on that online shit, girl, and be playing that game together. But so he's laying with me, and then he says, "Mommy, so I'm never gonna have a dad again?" I said, "No, baby. Daddy's always with you. You'll always have a dad." He lays here for a little bit, he processes it, and then he says, "Mommy, I really miss my daddy."
This is really sad. Nana's catching a lot of heat on TikTok about her grieving process and how she's doing it for attention. But I just want to remind everybody that somebody lost their life. He left 3 children behind. And right now, that's the only thing that's important. So I am praying for everyone's strength and comfort, and praying for the 3 children that he left behind, his mother. My condolences go out to the family and friends. Well, guys, that's all the commentary I have for now. As always, thanks for watching. I will talk to you shortly. Bye. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I upload a video. Don't forget to support your Black-owned businesses. Visit ours in the link below.